Donald Trump's new pick for America's top diplomat, Mike Pompeo, has gone through a required Senate grilling while outlining his view of US foreign policy right now. Here's how he explained the difference between Russia and the US and their roles on the world stage.
This is a unique, exceptional country. Russia is unique, but not exceptional.
Oh, there we are. Then we're live to Samira Khan in Washington, D.C. She's been following that hearing for us. Nearly 5 hours of questions there. Do we have a clear sense of Pompeo's foreign policy vision at the end of it, or not?
Well, yes, we do. And regime change was discussed at Mike Pompeo's confirmation hearing for the position of Secretary of State. And he was asked why it would be OK for the U.S. to adopt regime change as official policy, but not Russia, for example. And apparently it's because the U.S. is, quote, exceptional and Russia isn't. But it's not clear what this policy is exactly, considering Trump's tweets and recent sanctions imposed on Moscow just last week. And Pompeo seems to be proud of this, saying that the U.S. has expelled the most diplomats at any time since the Cold War. And he also said that he would make sure that the administration continues this policy.
I take a backseat to no one with my views of the threat that is presented to America from Russia. And if I am confirmed as the Secretary of State, I can assure you this administration will continue, as it has for the past 15 months, to take real actions to push back, to reset the deterrence relationship with respect to Russia.
And on other issues, Pompeo repeated the establishment line. But looking at his nomination through a wider lens, Trump also appointed Bush-era neocon John Bolton as his national security advisor. So it won't be too surprising if we see a more hawkish foreign policy from the U.S. in the future.
And you still agree that, far from being a great public service, WikiLeaks is more of like a non-state actor hostile to the national interest and security of the United States?
Senator Rubio, I do believe that.
And I think you still agree that Vladimir Putin's government actively interfered in our presidential elections and elections at large in 2016.
Yes, Senator, that's correct.
Promoting democracy is in the vital national interests of the United States.
Yes, indeed, Senator, and our effectiveness at doing that is an important tool of American foreign policy.
Well, like I said, with the appointment of John Bolton as Trump's national security advisor and now Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State, not only will we see a hawkish foreign policy, but maybe a more aggressive stance towards Russia.